So I'm going to say this. I absolutely loved Rocketman. I couldn't call myself a huge Elton John fan, but I do love musicals, and I do love musicals. I do love Grease. I do love The Greatest Showman. So they're musicals in the shall we say traditional sense. But I heard good things about Rocket Man, and I do like most of Elton's songs. But coming to this, I was expecting it to be Bohemian Rhapsody. Now, I've got nothing against Bohemian Rhapsody, but it's very much by the numbers. I didn't learn anything new. The acting was very good. Obviously, the music was good, but I'll be honest, it was treading familiar ground. But what I loved about Rocket Man was just how um, you know, kind of close to the bone it really was. Um, I won't go into the kind of music, but what I will go into is the relationships with people, and I think that's really what really what's really shines comes out of this film. His relationship with Bernie is central to throughout the whole film, and how he relates to him, and how he relates to other people, how he uses other people, how other people use him, and it's almost like you kind of feel well. No, I think the way the film's going is it's that kind of cliche, and it's not a cliche, but it is a cliche in the sense that the more success you have, um, it becomes lonely at the top, and in many ways, that's the kind of main thread of um, of this film, of how the rise from obscurity to fame, and dealing with drugs, dealing with success, dealing with money, dealing with people leeching off you, all that kind of stuff. So my perspective from this, my take on this, is just how. The film even starts off with him talking about his life in therapy, and it kind of flashbacks from that. But my main take on this was how he was trying to not dealing with his success in his music, because his music is legendary. I mean, but dealing with his own demons. There was a scene early on where young Elton, has a very disjointed relationship with his dad. His dad is just not a giving man at all. He's just not emotional. He doesn't really. Um, he doesn't show affection. He's not really emotional. Doesn't like to, you know. He's a man's man, whatever that may mean in that kind of era. And there's a scene where there's a point where young Reggie says to his dad, "When are you gonna hug me?" And his dad replied, "Don't be so soft." And that was crushing. That was crushing. And I'm not going to spoil everything, but you know, right at the end, there's a scene where, obviously through metaphor, young Reggie is talking to old Elton, and young Reggie says, "When are you going to hug me?" Because Elton previously said, "I haven't been Reggie in a long, long time," and it was just emotional. So Elton got down on one knee and hugged young Reggie, and that was wow, that was beautiful. Anyway, I don't want to get too kind of grounded, but this is a great film. I knew more Elton John than I thought I did. It is a sad tale, but obviously has good ending, because we know um, in 2019 he's pretty much semi-retired, and he's happily married. He's got two fantastic children, and so his life is finally come, well, I say finally come together, but it's come together in the way that he wanted to be. His relationship with his parents were very, very strange. His nana was very endearing. I loved her character. She always saw the light in Reggie and Elton, and it's just a wonderful thing to see. But yeah, I'm waffling on a bit, but yeah, go and see this film. It's film. Even if you don't like Elton, you will love his music. If you don't love his music, there's something wrong with you, quite frankly. Um, oh, and unlike Bohemian Rhapsody, which is my main criticism of Bohemian Rhapsody, is unlike that film, this film really kind of goes into his dark side, and I love that. I love that because not not that I love seeing his dark side, but he's more rounded because it makes him a flawed legend, and that's something I can relate to. I can't relate to the legend part, but I can relate to the flawed part. Anyway, go watch this film. Fantastic. I give this a definite 8 out of 10.